But we're doing it Niger style. The Heartbeat of Lagos, 99.9 FM, and that, of course, was Rebecca with a hit single called Kojo, a special request from none other than the bbnaija finalists. Joining me in the studio on this Thursday morning, I have got the one, the only. I've got Onyeka, Ozzy, Wanni, and Victoria in the house. Hey, guys. Hi. Yo, welcome. Thank you. We're out of the house. We're now back in civilization, back to feel cute. Freedom! Back to freedom, as it seems. What has been the biggest shock or surprise so far since leaving the house? Victoria, we'll start with you.
Honestly, I'm just very surprised with the love. Like, the love was so overwhelming, and I've just been focused on the physicality so far. It's really amazing. Like, the love I receive, it's overwhelming.
I love that. Positive vibes only. Wanni, how about you? What has been the biggest shock since leaving the house?
Same. Like, firstly, I always said, coming out and knowing that people were looking for me, my energy squad, like, I feel my day. Like, 2 hours, so many.
Ozzy, how about yourself? What has been the biggest shock since coming out of the house?
So yeah, like everything is just nice, but I would say it's actually the support, the opportunities are my fans.
Absolutely. So if you're just joining in, I'm here with 4 of the finalists of Big Brother Season 9, No Loose Guard, where 8 individual housemates were, of course, up for eviction in week 10. Those up for eviction, or rather up for winning, was also Kelly Ray, Wanni, Onyeka, Victoria, Nelly, Ozzy, Anita, and Suj. Now, the housemates with the lowest votes that were evicted were, of course, Suj, Anita, Ozzy, Nelly, and Victoria. The top 3 housemates were Kelly Ray, Wanni, and Onyeka. Onyeka was evicted next to the top 2 housemates, and that, of course, left Kelly Ray and Wanni. Wanni was the first runner-up for Kelly Ray, took it home. So I do want to ask you, especially Wanni, obviously you're the first runner-up. Did you feel like you were going to win? And when your name wasn't called, how did you feel? Were you disappointed?
Like I said, for me, I came to the show for 3 major reasons: brand promotion, growth, and to make friends. And I accomplished every single one of them, so I felt I had won. And I said earlier, I didn't even think I was going to make it to last week. So being top 2 was amazing, and I'm happy for Kelly Ray. He deserves it. Absolutely. And I wish him all the best.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, a big part of your journey were the relationships that you formed in the house. I think what I liked about you is I thought you were very authentic. I told of you guys pretty much, you know, you went through what you went through, and you did it unapologetically on the show. But yourself especially, I think you really put yourself out there, particularly with Shaun. That relationship was very quick. It seemed from you know, the perspective of the viewer that the relationship, the bond, the whatever it was, formed very quickly. Why do you think that was?
Because people all got to see what was on the show. But Shaun and I, like I've said in numerous interviews, I'd already met outside the show, but we never spoke. Seeing him out there, there was that connection. So I think that's what just blossomed in the house.
Okay. In a previous interview that you did mention that you felt a sort of like tension between yourself and Victoria, kind of because of Shaun. Can you elaborate on that?
So when we got to the house the first week and she was quite in a shell, I just felt, I asked Shaun, I'm like, does she like you? Is she comfy? The fact that we're getting together.
So you felt like she liked him?
At that point, but we cleared it up, so we're good.
Okay, all good now. Heading over to Victoria. Hey girl. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Awesome. So, obviously, your journey in the house, it started off a little bit rocky.
Yes.
It's come to our knowledge that you and Shaun had a little bit of friction before going into the house, and that kind of like created a sort of rocky start. But eventually, you did blossom into your own shell. So, let's walk back to the beginning. When you first entered the house with Shaun, what was it like not really having your partner as the guy in the house? What was that experience like for you?
So, to be fair, going into the house, I feel like I wouldn't call it a friction like you said. I would just say we have petty arguments, which friends would normally have on the regular, which is totally fine. But going into the house, I sort of figured that we were both struggling. He made mention of him struggling as well, and at that point, he spoke about my energy being a little bit draining, and he needed like that bubbly energy, and I was really struggling as well. Do you understand? I did not want to project my low down time on him, so I had to just like take a step back and process my own emotions and just like deal with what it was I was dealing with on my own, while he was able to like focus on his as well. So I just wanted us to, have space and be able to.
But why do you feel like you did struggle so much at the beginning?
To be honest, walking into the house, a lot would happen. Like I always say, I give kudos to every housemate, previous housemate that's walked into the house, because going into the house, you never know what you'll expect. I walked in with so much confidence, and all of a sudden, I felt so weird. I felt down. I was just like drowning. But regardless, I'm glad I was able to just like move past it, and it's been great so far.
Absolutely. Like I said, you did definitely blossom into your own whilst in the house. Even towards the end, some may say that there seemed to be a little bit of a love triangle. Yeah, I know it's a little bit awkward because we're all here, but hey, listen, we're all here. We're all going to talk about it. It seemed as though you and Ozzy were getting closer towards the end of the show, which viewers were kind of like, what's going on? Because they did notice that there seemed to be a little bit of tension between yourself and Onyeka. Whilst you were in the house?
So to be honest, it's just friendship, and I think I'll just leave it there for now. It's just friendship, yeah.
Okay, just friendship for now. Onyeka. Hey, girl. Hi, girl. What's going on, girl?
What's going on, girl?
So rightfully so, I need to obviously ask you the same question, because like I said, it seemed to be like a little bit of a love triangle of some sorts whilst in the house, with even so much as a little kiss that was shared between yourself and Ozzy. I know you know what I'm talking about, girl. We all saw it. Listen, it's all over the Instagram, Twitter. We all saw it. So what was the relationship between you and Ozzy? Was it just like a did you know that Ozzy was also getting close to Victoria? Talk to us about everything from your perspective.
Well, like, friends. We had the whole, what did they call us? Back checkers vibe. And that was what it was. I had no business with what he had with Victoria. That was their own friendship. I was focused on my friendship with Ozzy, and we are still friends.
Okay. Ozzy also recently said when he came out of the house that he is in a relationship. Did that or does that make you feel any type of way?
No, because we're friends.
But do you kiss your friends?
I mean, I guess, but I mean, it doesn't mean that we're not friends.
Okay. So the status of the relationship is strictly friendship.
Yeah, it's strictly friendship.
Strictly friendship. All right. It's only right that I come back to the man in question. The criminal in black. It is, of course, Ozzy Mbadiwe. What's going on, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. Your brother was here last week, and we chopped it up. We talked about a whole lot, and his perspective of some of the things that happened within the house. I've asked the 2 days about the love triangle. I want to hear from your perspective, because recently you came out to say in interviews afterwards that you are in a relationship outside of the house. So talk to us about what was going on. What we were seeing, was it Ozzy, the lover boy, Ozzy the player, or Ozzy playing the game?
Well, I'll tell you this. I've been saying the camera shows, but it doesn't see.
Okay.
Do you understand? So we in the house just understand how it operates. I did mention that I was in a relationship in the beginning anyway.
In the very beginning?
Yeah. So it's not like something that was surprising. It's not Ozzy the player, Ozzy anything. No, it's just Ozzy. I think a lot of people don't know. I'm very comfortable around women anyway. My actual closest friend is a girl, being tied for like 24 years. So just having friends and being able to show affection is just how I genuinely operate. So and we're in the house, it's a game at the end of the day. You make friends, you have each other's backs. You can't
I think one of the most beautiful things to see this season was the relationship between the two sets of twins that were in the house. I think that it's so beautiful to see that close bond. Of course, you and Uzi being extremely close. What was it like when you left the house? And obviously, Andy. But we'll start with you. What was it like when your twin brother, also your partner, left the house?
Well, it was like we got into this because it was the opportunity to get into this together. I don't know if I would have gone into it myself. Do you understand? So when that happened, over there, still eyes on the prize. Even like think about twins, a victory for one is a victory for both.
Period.
So I just said, okay, I'll keep your spirit with me and I'll keep riding.
I'll take it and I'll run with it. How about you, Wanni? Was it the same for you?
It was harder for me because like she's my wife, she's my soulmate, and you know, we entered the competition as a peer, so we weren't expecting to be separated.
She looked for the finger.
Separated.
Right.
So it hit me very hard until the 8th week. But like I always said, I feel like it was a blessing in disguise, especially for me to like just show myself more to the audience outside the ship that I formed with Andy and Shaun. And it was an amazing 2 weeks without her, but now it's going to be an amazing life with her.
Absolutely. One of the moments that you guys really teamed up as twins was, of course, with the whole Ruthie situation. Now, we can't overlook it. We got to talk about it. I want to hear what really happened in that instance from your perspective.
To be honest, it's faded memory.
It's faded memory. Yeah. Should I pull up the clip? We can.
You pull up the clip, like in that particular instance,
yes.
like the issues that happened, and like I've talked about it in office in the past. I wish her all the best. I was saw her last night.
Okay, so where does the relationship stand now?
As it is.
Which is, you guys are cordial, you guys are friendly. What's the vibe?
There's no cordial there, but just people that knew each other. So
okay, people that lived in a house and I guess went through an experience together. All right, interesting. Heading back to Victoria. Now, everybody said that, you know, nothing happened between yourself and Shaun. And, you know, I also think I loved your relationship and your friendship with Cassia. It seemed genuine, but there are some people that thought that, you know, maybe it's like strategy. What would you have to say about that? Was the friendship genuine?
Definitely. It was a very genuine friendship. I don't force connection. That's one thing about me. And when I just feel like if the friendship is going to be, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If you're not supposed to force anything. And with her, I was just naturally attracted to her energy, her bubbly personality, her positivity. She's just a very nice, genuine person, and I did not have to like force anything. It just happened, and we're friends, very good friends.
Who do you feel like the biggest game players or the biggest strategists in the house were?
So there are lots of game players, but I'll just stick with it when he's married.
Okay.
But everyone brought in their A game. Yeah, so that's how I feel.
How about yourself, Onyeka? Who do you think were the biggest game players in the house? Who do you think was, you know, using strategy to kaku? Questions. But do you have the answers?
You know, like, I actually didn't care.
Okay, you didn't care. Just everybody doing their own thing. Right. Focus on you. And you know what? I feel like that focusing on you thing was a thing that common theme this season. I don't know if you guys have seen online, but a lot of people said that this season in particular was quite boring. So much so that Biggie sent in Toke Makiwa into the house to try and spice things up. So from you guys' perspective, obviously you were in the house. So yes, there were little bits and drips and drabs of drama. But why do you think this season was labeled as the sort of boring season? Anybody can answer this. So this is honestly for everybody. Everybody was in the house together.
I can go. So firstly, I know that it was less chaotic than previous, and I just think people are not used to seeing people just being calm, cool, collected, and people just not wanting to be so confrontational all the time. But coming out of the show, firstly, I know that people watch the show. From just the engagement I'm getting on pictures, if the show was so boring, I won't be having over 11,000 comments on the picture I post. So I'm like, I think, you know, when you sit down to watch a movie, that you're like, it's boring, but let me just see what happens in the end. But then you go through this movie, and at the end you're like, okay, it wasn't so bad, even if it was quite slow. So I think that's what the season was. It was different, but I think it was quite interesting with the kind of ships that were formed and the kind of alliances that were formed in the house.
Okay, Ozzy, how about you? Why do you think this season was kind of coined the boring season?
The word boring is subjective. I think it's more so like people think a lot of people are used to chaos being entertaining. But you know, I just look at us as the sacrificial set to show that you can come in this thing, and if you truly stay clean, no reason. Which is your attitude is calm, it's diplomatic, it's mature. I think we showed a lot of people that you can actually be that way and be successful. There's a whole bunch of, like, Nigeria is divided into so many different types of people. Just because, like, some people like chaos, there's also some people that respect maturity and how you handle things. And from now on, I bet you, moving forward, when people are applying, people that are like that will be like, okay, I can actually come on this and be successful. I don't have to come and pretend to be something I'm not, or force fights or all kinds of crazy things. I tell people, Big Brother is 10 weeks. And in his life after, don't make temporary decisions that cause permanent pain.
Absolutely. How about yourself, Onyeka?
Like, for me, I was like, love the ships in here. Like,
It was a lot.
It was a lot to me. So
who do you feel like were in genuine ships, though? Do you feel like all the ships were genuine? Because there were a number of ships.
Well, I just feel like they met each other where they were at that moment. So I cannot really say this one is genuine or not, because you know how relationships
No,
are.
but you to a certain extent, because you're in it. You're in the house. You're seeing these people. So you kind of know who naturally gravitates towards each other, who has that physical energy of, like, kind of wanting to be together, no?
Well, I was really busy in the house. You know, I was really busy. So I didn't have time for so many things. Like, that's your business, that's your business. This is my little interesting life here.
Okay.
So I was really busy with that.
Okay. Everybody busy. Last but not least, Victoria, why do you think the season was quite kind of like the boring season?
So I feel like a lot of people might be used to negativity and chaos. This set was quite peaceful and it was versatile. There were lots of amazing personalities that a lot of people have actually not seen before. Being an introvert, being to the show, people would definitely just be like, oh, okay, what is she going to do? Do you understand? But you don't have to be chaotic to be able to, like, make things move and just, like, trend along.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, and I think that also the season, so a lot of people were more mature going into the house as well. So that maturity definitely shined through. So let's talk about future plans. I'm going to start with you, Wanni. First of all, let's talk about the future for you and Shaun. I saw that recently you guys posted together. A little, you know, his arm here, my knee there. So what is the current status of your relationship with him? What's going on with you?
We're just getting to know each other some more. I mean, Shaun is an amazing person, and like I've said, someone I respect so much, and no matter what, whether we date or not, it's for life thinking. It's my person.
Okay. All right. So future plans for you. Start with you.
You guys know I'm a badass DJ. So DJing all the way. We're planting our roots here, but the plan is to go global. Tour around the world, Africa, the whole world. The whole world is going to be our playground. We're starting up an NGO. I'm going into podcasting. We also have a YouTube channel called More of Wanni Handy that we're going to go back to, because people seem to love our content pretty much. So we want to just go into that live DJ content. Spread our wings and fly and make so much money.
I like that. Make this money. Victoria, how are you? How you gonna make this money, girl?
So I'm pretty much focused on business. I will definitely expand my travel company, which I've started working on already. And I'm just ready to explore. I'm willing to go into production as well. I just want to explore pretty much and see what's out there for me. But basically, I'm just like focused on my travel company for now.
Okay, your travel company. How about you, Onyeka? What you got in the pipeline?
Hair care, you know, my hair care. Like, I just need people to actually get that remedy, because it did a lot for me in my life. So I would like to extend that, help to other people. And I would love to also focus on my entertainment in general. I was very excited.
So you're gonna get back in the bag. I love that.
I can't throw that away, so I have to focus on that as well. I have to focus on, like, my directing, script writing, content creating, writing music, actually, because that was something
really okay.
Wow, done in truth, but
yes,
I'm going to do all that. And I'm also open to very serious things, like helping those that have been experienced trauma. As you know, that was a very big thing for me in the house. helping them to be more vulnerable. I would also like to work with more serious organizations, maybe UN, AU. I have a lot to offer to our country, Nigeria, and all nations everywhere around the world. So I'm really open to a lot of beautiful things, and
growth is all growth, period. Last but not least, Ozzy, how about you? What does the future have in store for Mr. Wanni?
Well, first of all, I believe collaboration is the new word for competition. So looking at all my housemates and everything in the house, I would always try to see different areas